PS4 game.
I banana bread inception my way to truth.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's when you just go too deep. And you don't know if you're awake or dreaming, but there's banana bread there, and you're like, fucking hey, I'm gonna take a slice.
All right, fine.
You guys ready to kick this?
Oh,
game?
yeah,
Sure, man. We're along for the ride.
All right. let's boom. I think we're live. What's up? What's going on? We're video game bang. What's up, pizzas?
You had to try something new.
I had to try something new. I always and it bites me every time. What's going on?
You psyched yourself out.
You heard his voice. He's back. 2019 didn't kill him yet. David Webb. What's
What's going on? Yeah, 19's going after us.
2019 sucks.
You know what though? I think by the end of 2019, it's gonna some epic shit's gonna happen, or we're gonna be like, man, remember back in January when we almost died and the show almost ended because of the plague?
I mean, let's be honest. No one's had the plague yet. That's kind of a.
I came close.
Well, what happened to you? Because we know Emma had to deal with her stones.
Yeah, Emma got stoned, and so I just got super sick. I got some sort of flu or something. All last week I was feeling it, and we were short staffed at work, so I just kind of sucked it up. And then Friday I went grocery shopping, Friday night after work. I'm like, I know I'm gonna be sick tomorrow. I know it's gonna hit me. And sure enough, I woke up Saturday and it was my throat was double its size, and yeah, so it was bad. There was no way I was gonna be talking on the show.
And Curtis was healthy all 20 years so far, and then he caught it, whatever you had, remotely.
Yeah. Remotely, yeah. We just transmitted it through Facebook.
Yeah.
So you guys are hella sick right now? Welcome to the show.
No, I'm healthy. I'm fine now.
Right,
I'm good now.
Yeah. You wouldn't be here if you wasn't.
I feel like that was not mentioned when we were invited. So I've been near death for 8 days.
The good news is you can't catch kidney stones.
True.
And I think that's the worst that all of us have gone through.
Yeah. Give me.
Hold my beer.
Give me a second. I'll catch a kidney stone.
I'll catch a kidney stone.
So we have some amazing guests filling in the shoes. Okay, amazing. I think amazing.
We're okay.
You guys are all right. We met at the Sac Gamer Sexpo. They are also Twitch streamers and
That's not accurate.
Do you stream on Twitch?
No.
No?
We stream on YouTube. If we stream at all.
Hey, we stream.
Are you allowed to be on Twitch?
I think we are if we're not making it.
Okay.
Vice versa. They could be on Twitch, but we can't be on YouTube. That's where it is.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Wait, why?
Because
Twitch partner.
Kids don't want to play in the sand.
There's that.
Yeah.
They're also local stand-up comedians, right?
I'm gonna need you to
Both
write
of you?
me what that means.
Yeah.
Jojo and Kim, also known as Jojo Has Fun.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's us, all right. Hi.
I don't know why I thought you were on Twitch. What made you decide YouTube?
Because it's better for scheduling videos for later, and we live too far apart to make streaming a consistent part of our process. So it's it was either we make videos ahead of time or nothing. If I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, how do you guys do this?
cool.
Do you live together?
We get that a lot.
Just
We get
that a lot.
I see bunk beds maybe.
There's so much space for activities. That's the thing.
And it's really bad because if you guys are listening to the podcast, which comes out on iTunes, Spotify, everything, everywhere you can find podcasts, if you listen to us there, you can't see us, but David and I are both wearing matching sweaters today. It's really
San Francisco Shock hats.
Yeah, San Francisco.
Yeah.
This
Shock
is
hats.
really it's really embarrassing. I mean, to be
glad
honest,
your mom dressed you guys today. So cute. Sent you to school.
well,
like that.
my mom, his stepmom.
So you can bang her is what I'm. So you can video game bang her.
Oh, wow.
That took a turn I was not ready for.
Can I get a high five? No. All right.
You always gotta be ready. I think you guys would do great. Would thrive in a live environment. When we stream on YouTube, we typically do okay for a channel that's very, very, very tiny, and the people who hang out, they love hanging out. But yeah, it was just at the start, it was between YouTube and Twitch, and honestly, it was just it's easier to do the kind of format that we wanted with YouTube.
Yeah, the banking
of episodes and being able to kind of build something that's sort of permanent. Because I think with maybe this has changed, but if I understand right, Twitch streams disappear after so long.
You can
They
save
can.
them. Yeah, they can.
Yeah, if you had like a banger and you're like, hey, I need to save that one, there's a
Yeah.
thing you can do that does save it, and it does a direct export to YouTube as well.
Yeah, so there's that aspect of it that I'm like, oh, that's kind of nice, but then it's like I want a little bit more control over the content that we make. So it was like, oh, YouTube has it has at the same time less and more, where it's like, oh, I can set stuff up beforehand, I can schedule things out, I can check the analytics really easily, and you know, it was like it was one or the other, and I chose one. It's not that I don't think one's inherently better than the other. It's just like,
Well, like YouTube's geared more towards what you guys do.
yeah, I would think that's probably
How did you
true.
guys end up meeting up and deciding to collaborate? How did this happen? Because you guys have a system going on. You guys were playing like improv, old school improv, like warm up games.
Yeah, I felt kind of. I was like, Cory, why don't we do this?
We don't always do that, but if we don't, so generally we go down the street to get donuts from that Asian lady, and that's like a warm
Is this
up.
another one of
that
those
Asian
sentences?
lady.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's literally an Asian woman down
yeah,
the
it's
street.
just like
Okay.
a Asian woman down the street. She sells us donuts. She loves us. Always gives us free donuts.
I think I met you maybe 5 years ago now, because I've been doing comedy for like 5 years, so
Yeah.
it would have to
Yeah,
be.
we started around the same time, and we would go to Luna's, and
we
we
would go to Luna's and we would go to Sophia's and Davis.
oh yeah, we started going to Sophia's. Yeah, and so yeah, we just like would go to the same comedy places,
Yeah.
and then you were doing this video game thing, and you had known that. Did you even know that I played video games?
No, I didn't care either.
No, yeah, no, I guess it
The
wasn't
thing,
about that.
the thing that
What?
kind of
What a dick.
well, no. Here's the
Oh,
thing.
there's one thing you need to know about JoJo. It's that he's a dick.
Well, in our defense,
Wait, no, your defense. You're on trial here.
shut the fuck up.
he's speaking in the third person.
Well, the royal eye. No, but at the time when we decided to start doing the show, like the format kind of the format of the show I wanted to make, because this was even before Kim was involved, it was the kind of show where you don't need two people playing. You only need one person playing. I just needed somebody who I knew I could talk to for a long time. And before I did this, like a long time ago, like my first or second year doing stand-up in Sacramento, I did a show called The Liquor Lamp, which was a podcast that I did with, like, I interviewed local comedians, and like Kim was one of, I think you were like the 13th or 14th episode, and you were the first episode I ever had to split in half because we talked for so much. Like we talked for I think 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
And
I brought a lot of stuff to
you
make.
brought
Moscow
stuff
mules.
you brought stuff to make Moscow mules, and we made Moscow mules. Like we stopped recording so we could drink, and we came back. And so then later, when I thought, oh, I'm going to start doing a channel, I need a co-host. I was like, I'll ask him to do it. And yeah, that was pretty much it. Like she said, well, it was interesting too because you didn't know what a Let's Play was.
No, I had to Google it.
I think I sent you a list of things to watch.
Yeah, you were like, like Game Grumps. I'm like,
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
PewDiePie
Game
or
Grumps.
Markiplier, and you're like, fucking, I'm going to Mexico tomorrow, so just give me a list of stuff from when I come back.
yeah. So yeah.
Oh, Blood Ocean support you guys for a year.
Yeah, buddy. Look
Hey.
at that.
Send him a high five.
I think I have a sound effect for that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slightly
Big Money
threatening
Knock.
to a guy who's supporting you for a year.
Well, I'm still trying to master this thing, and
Yeah.
I got.
Was that supposed to be clapping, and instead it was an atomic
Yeah, soundboard's new.
Like
It's
a
because
really
he's the
hard
bomb.
clap.
bomb?
Yeah, that's
He's the
why.
bomb.
I like
You
that.
the bomb.
Blood Ocean is the bomb.
Nice.
The bomb.
If you enjoy the show, you listen to it week in, week out, we do encourage people to subscribe us, float us some free money, because you got that Twitch Prime, and you can put it to good use. So thank you so much, Blood Ocean, for 1 year of support. Jesus.
That's awesome.
So I have a question that I've been wanting to ask you guys for since the first time I met you.
Sure.
And it is... So I got the Oculus yesterday, right?
Uh-huh.
on.
And they make these games to where you could be a stand-up comedian.
Oh no. Oh god.
Fuck.
What do you guys think as like real comedians? Like, is that cringe? Would you actually do it or work material on something like that?
Okay, so
who is that for?
Side note: we are definitely not real comedians, but also I feel like if it's cringeworthy, then it's probably accurate.
That's yeah. I mean, like, you'll have a terrible time. So yes, it is just like doing comedy.
Yeah.
It'll be really difficult. If you get laughs, you won't know why, and then you'll want to kill yourself.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. You'll be fine.
And then you'll go to Burger King and you'll get that Hershey Sundae pie, and you're like, oh, okay, I'll go back next week.
That was your go-to?
Yeah.
I would get Wendy's.
Oh, we didn't have a Wendy's in Woodland.
Oh, too bad.
Our Wendy's burnt down.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Because
Did you say why?
Why?
Well, you see when fire.
some dumbass, left the stove on or something like that.
Oh my god.
I think they're like days away from reopening it. It's like bougie as
should
fuck.
go.
Whoa, wait.
It's super
Why
bougie.
aren't we in line right now?
Well, days away from opening it. Oh, okay.
I stand by my goddamn question. I can wait
That's a
for
good question.
4
Yeah.
That frosty?
Dude,
Yeah.
it's such a good deal, and it's delicious. You can pick any burger you want as long as it's on that menu. Isn't that
Sponsored
good?
by Wendy's.
Yeah.
What made you guys take the plunge to do stand-up comedy? You said you've been doing comedy for 5 years now. That's a long ass time.
I think it's different for both of us.
Oh, see, I thought it was the same. I thought it was depression for both of us.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, there's many different flavors of Coke.
Yeah,
So, like,
that's true.
But the good ones are all depressed. You're right.
well, so why did you start?
No, it was pretty much I started with improv, and then I was like, I hate rules and games and other people. And so then I started doing stand-up.
Yeah, I can see that. I think I was in graduate school and I didn't like it, and I was like, I sure would like to do something where I have like the fun part of being in graduate school, which is talking in front of people and sharing my ideas and making them laugh without like having to write papers or read books.
So you see yourself as a teacher, as an educator?
Well, in the sense that I do things that are worth noting, but I don't know that I wouldn't call myself like a teacher.
All right. Hey,
Although people have called me professor before.
Yeah.
Because I have taught before.
Yeah, because he actually is a professor.
So is that what do you guys do in your real life?
I work for the state of California as a business analyst. What? I know. Doesn't that get everyone like rock hard?
I know. 4 people were just like sploosh.
I think we just got new subs because of that.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
What about you?
Oh man, I'm a medical assistant for an ophthalmologist. Yeah.
That is awesome. Now I can see why you guys have all the energy to do the other things you do. Like, I'm sure when you're at those jobs, all you're thinking about is your side hustle, some games,
and old people are hilarious. So and that's all I deal with all day.
I'm on our group chat all day.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true. I go to like help a patient. I come back. I've got 45 messages, and they're all just nonsensical stuff.
They're all nonsensical.
Poops and
They're
farts.
all from me, and they're all like ideas. Like I'm using our group chat as like a notepad. It's like I don't want to forget this. Yeah,
All of a
right.
sudden,
It's so easy.
He'll
'cause
type
it's like,
something in, and I'm just like,
don't worry about that, guys.
fuck, yeah.
It'll
like-
make
Why'd you message soup and bread? Like,
Yeah.
like, I think it's a new angle. I think it's a new segment. Even.
The rest of us spend the next week like coming up with bits for soup and bread.
Yeah.
Coming up with different flavors
And
of
I'm like,
bread
no,
that we
dude,
eat.
it's my shopping list.
And
guys.
then he shows up with like a bag from Boudin's. Like, hey guys, what's up with all the soup and bread stuff on the whiteboard? It's like, this is delicious. Big Buddy Knock likes big fancy words. How do you like anti-Deridian criticism? Anti-disestablishmentarianism, Big Buddy Knock.
I think he's.
There's a delay. I don't care.
Oh my god.
We'll find out in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You guys are aggressive.
Yeah.
I just
oh yeah. Yeah.
we like we don't stream too much, so when I see chat happening, I'm like, ooh, people.
People.
Well, there's
Live
people. They're
people.
watching the.
Can you teach us how to play the sentence game that you guys were playing?
Oh, my
It's
gosh.
really easy. It's basically someone starts a sentence and and you say one word and you just go back and forth.
Or we can do like a roundabout, and then like when you feel like it comes to a
Wait, this is
natural
multiplayer.
close.
This is totally multiplayer.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
meant to build like camaraderie and shit. So like I'll start a sentence. We'll go. I'll go to my left.
gotta
We'll go
admit,
to
though-
Kim, Corey, then around again.
Okay.
And and then when you feel like you have a word that can end the sentence in a way that's good and funny, just fucking go for it. Ready?
Okay.
All right. So, I
Tried.
Marijuana.
4.
Project.
But
I.
had
Not.
seen.
The.
teacher
Before.
I.
Went.
to
Class.
Bitch!
yeah, you're getting it.
Did I end it? Like,
Exactly. That's
It was
exactly.
gonna,
how
it was
you-
gonna be bitch or penis. Like
Yeah.
it was 50-50.
Sometimes I'll end one with penis just because I want to get out of the
Dude,
sentence and
have you
start
guys
another
seen-
one.
Have you guys watched Bandersnatch yet?
I've
No.
not watched
No.
Bandersnatch.
No,
So-
but it's in the queue.
I keep telling everybody you got to see this thing. It's like it's Telltale with human beings.
Yeah.
So you're going through watching this movie, and the guy will stop. And I feel like I had that moment where there was two options, and it was penis or bitch. And now I want a glimpse at the reality that if I had said penis right now,
You have to load that save file. You didn't hit save before you said it.
there was no save point right
There's
there.
no save point.
Let's do one more round. I like that game.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
You want to start it, Corey?
I would love to start it.
Okay. Anytime.
I'm trying to think of a word. God damn it! This is the hardest one. Penises.
That.
I
Have.
Looked
Act.
are
Always.
so
Weird.
and
Lumpy. That's good, right?
I think that's a period
That's
at the end of that one.
solid.
Yeah.
There you go.
I was sure you were gonna go for tasty.
The verb that you were trying to. I saw the wheels.
Because you were about to say sucked, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that's what I would
No,
have
no, that's not what I was gonna say.
I distinctly heard it.
Oh,
Because
there's
you can't,
plenty of
and
stuff.
also, well, the best part is you can't end with that word, so it would have to keep going. And I was like, ooh, ball's gonna be in my
What's
court.
gonna happen?
Oh, balls were gonna be in your court. That's absolutely right.
Hell yeah.
Oh, there we go. The What You Playing theme song. Wow. I'm sorry I didn't explain this to you guys before, but you made a comment about God, I think, when you were checking your microphone being fake, which, I mean, which is fine, but you got to acknowledge the podcast gods are very real.
They are.
And they do demand sacrifice.
They go by the name Algorithm.
Yeah. That's his official name.
The algorithm works in mysterious ways.
That's the most realist thing that's ever been said on this podcast.
The algorithm witnesses are a whole different branch of. I pray to the one true, and
One true Matt Pass.
and basically the rules of What You're Playing are going to be this: we go around the table and we talk about what we've been playing, and I keep track. I've been keeping track. We started over in 2019. The points are even. Last week, Nexi actually took first place.
Yeah, I believe it.
David, you broke the record last year for lowest points.
That's what I was shooting for.
But this year you can make a comeback.
No, this year I can go for the lowest points. I have a quick side note question though. That opera or choir that we just heard.
Yeah.
Did you specifically put that on the soundboard for your explanation of what you're playing?
Well, you see, the podcast gods came to me in a dream.
That's exactly what I thought.
It would have been better if you'd been like, what choir are we talking about?
Yeah, what choir? You're the choir? That's a Sudafed you're on, David. So
I
wait.
knew it. You're sick.
Yeah, what have you been playing?
Spider-Man. I started. I wrapped up. I 100%ed the first part of the DLC, finally, and then I started the second part of the DLC yesterday and blew through that.
I
So
didn't even realize there was a second DLC yet. Which one is this? Is this
Well,
Black Cat?
yeah. So it's a 3-part DLC. So it came out in like chapters, basically.
Really? The
Yeah.
same story?
Kinda. It focuses in 3. So it's like it's one arc and then you go through 3 different like chapters of this one arc.
No.
So
really?
the first chapter focuses on the Black Cat. The second chapter focuses on Hammerhead.
Okay.
Going after Hammerhead.
And then do we know what the third's going to be?
The third, it's out already. It came out towards the end of December, and it focuses on Silver Sable.
Did you guys get a chance to play the Spider-Man game?
We did play the Spider-Man.
Yeah, we did.
Yep. I did not get the DLC.
We didn't get anywhere near that.
No,
We're bad at games.
I didn't. We didn't play it for the show, but I did. I played it on my own, and then Twitter Jeff, who runs our Twitter, he played it on his own.
Wait, shut your mouth. We didn't play it for the show?
Well, we'll get to it. So I remember like when I finished it, I was like, this is really this is a really fun, solid game. And then when I saw the DLC was coming out, I'm like, feels like it's going to overstay its welcome if I get the DLC. Because at the end of the game, I was like, I feel like this game is overstaying its welcome a little bit with how it operates with the open world.
Yeah, the repetitiveness, right?
Well, not just the repetitiveness, because that is part of every open world. It was that like, it was sort of you kind of get the vibe of everything that you can do in that game within the first 10 minutes, which is awesome because all that stuff is really great. But there came a point when I'm like, I'm just going to do the story and I'm not going to explore anymore. And then after I did that, I was like, I'm done.
So, okay, then don't get the DLC.
Yeah.
Because
it's the exact same stuff, right?
It's the same kind of stuff, just reskinned. So, like, you're not chasing down backpacks, you're chasing down paintings.
That's truthfully my favorite part.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so then maybe you like it.
I love
so,
finding those backpacks.
Instead of the backpacks, you chase down paintings that the original Black Cat stole and hid throughout the city. And then you're not fighting, or you're not doing the Taskmaster. You're doing screwball challenges.
The Quizmaster would be such a ripoff
of Riddler.
I'm the Quizmaster. Want to take a quiz?
Is it anything like a riddle?
You
want to get sued?
Spell Mississippi.
With one eye. Yeah, so no, don't do it then. It's very repetitive. I love Spider-Man, and so like for me, there's times when I won't even do any missions. I'll just swing through New York.
Yeah.
Just like this is fucking awesome. I'm Spider-Man right now. Especially after I saw Spider-Verse, I went home, booted it up. I just went through the
Good
city.
fucking movie though.
I think that was
movie.
the part I thought was like the best. It was like the feel of movement, like because you really did feel like you were swinging.
Yeah.
And like it felt like the attention to detail was all on just that, like the movement engine and like how the swinging worked. Because it had physics to it, and like you had to like think about what you were doing.
Yeah, exactly.
As opposed to like Spider-Man 2, when you're just like
hold the right trigger.
Hold the
right
trigger,
but real hard.
Yeah.
No, there's actually you actually have to think about it and plan it out. And if you mess up, then you're stuck to a wall, or you get hit by a car, or stuff like that.
Did you guys see Spider-Verse?
I did not see Spider-Verse.
I have not seen Spider-Verse.
Oh,
I
good
know.
fucking movie.
Can't find the fucking time, man.
I was glad didn't it win Best Animated Feature and
it won something in the Globes.
Things. Yeah, no, it's well worth it. It's one of those movies where even with all the hype and you see it, I hate hyped shit. Like,
that's what's keeping me away from Bandersnatch, if I'm being completely honest.
Really? Because I haven't heard. I've heard Birdbox talked up.
Oh my god!
I don't
Bird
know if
Box.
Birdbox. I feel like the talking up of Birdbox has been mostly fake, though. I don't know if I've met anyone.
You are not
who
the only
actually
person who has
enjoyed that.
Who has said that?
You think like Netflix went crazy hardcore into marketing this
Yeah.
year with
No,
memes?
I have like friends that are like, yeah, Bird Box was awesome.
Really?
But here's the
Did
thing,
Netflix pay
Did
them
they do
to
the
say
challenge?
They did.
Wait, what is it? What's the challenge? I've seen.
You just like blindfold yourself and like
do something.
like you know,
Netflix tells you not to do that.
We should have blindfolded ourselves and done the show. Marketed
Don't do
that
that.
way.
Just watch Bird Box again.
Just watch Bird Box. Did you guys see A Quiet Place?
No, we are lame.
So no, that's
no,
okay.
but
though.
Jeff told it to us shot by shot. So go on.
Okay. So I didn't like Bird Box because to me it was basically the same thing, except a different sense.
Yeah, I think I've actually heard that exact argument.
So I got like maybe halfway through Bird Box and I was like,
You've seen this already.
I've seen this already. I've seen like one bird in a box. Like this is pointless. So I'm just gonna end it.
See, Birdbox is the one where the hype crushes it. There's nowhere it can meet the hype that is on that stupid show right now. But Spider-Verse, I went into like, all right, guards up. I'm going to be disappointed, and left just thinking like, God, this was a really good movie. Then I heard that it might become like a television series.
Really?
They already have a sequel.
I would love a sequel. I don't want it to get like normalized or nerfed super hard like to make the schedule of a television series. If it was like a Netflix, like 10 episodic thing, one storyline cohesive, I'm all about it.
So they already have a sequel lined up and a spin-off lined up. And the spin-off is Spider-Gwen, Silk, and another one of the female spiders.
Are these all going to be major motion picture releases? Like
they're going to be like Spider-Verse. It's going to be the same, as far as I know, it's the same studio, the same animated style, the same kind of thing, just like...
I can see that being good or also being like...
I could see, yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing about kids these days. We just, when something's awesome, we play it into the ground so fast.
Yeah,
that's true.
I'd be fine waiting 3 years for another Spider-Verse.
I mean, honestly, as much as I love bringing it full circle, as much as I loved the Spider-Man game, that's exactly why it took me so long to get through the second part of the DLC that's been out since like November. Is I played it so much, I'm kind of like, I love the game. I just don't feel like playing it right now because I played so much of it.
Right. Yeah. I get that.
Wow, David. I know this is going to disappoint both of us, but that was actually a high-scoring what you playing.
Nice.
It sparked some good conversation, spin-off conversations. Yeah. So podcast gods favor that kind of stuff.
50-50. Okay. It's 50-50 what's going to come up. Man, I really got to like fuck it up next week so I can bring my score down.
Yeah. Jojo,
mm-hmm.
What about you? What you been playing?
Is it things I'm playing personally or things we're playing for the show?
Hey, playing.
So, for the show, we're playing Sims 4, Spyro the Dragon REIGNITED trilogy. We're playing the first one.
Oh God, how are you liking it?
I love it.
Really?
If I'm being honest, like I'm sort of really into it. And I'm upset that we're not playing it tonight.
Yeah, we gotta do
actually
this.
My plan.
Yeah.
No, not to be a dick, but like our plan was to like we would be recording right now on our shit. We would be playing Spyro and eating Domino's.
Yeah, you have a free pizza.
I do have a free pizza, and I'm gonna have to save it till tomorrow.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Anyway, so Spyro and Sims 4, and then in my day-to-day life, I'm playing Darksiders 3. I'm playing This Is the Police 2 and The Secret World.
Damn.
Yeah.
How are you finding time?
Oh, and Paper Mario.
He works for the state.
Door. Sorry. How do I find the time?
Yeah.
Because I play games just to like chill out. Like my idea of like chilling out is just like so. My workspace at home, I have like two monitors and like a TV in my office room. And if you're sitting at my desk or sitting at my chair, it looks like my TV is a third monitor. So I'm just like I'm editing episodes and I'm like watching something and I'm playing something like all at the same time. So I'm like totally overstimulated.
I can't do that shit.
Yeah, it's like
if more than two things are on at once, I flip out.
Like I'm not really like 100% like in my Zen place unless I'm like, oh, I got all this stuff happening. And I can relax. And I wear a bathrobe. It's a whole thing. I'm big into robes right now.
Oh my God, you guys!
It's a phase?
No, it's not a phase.
It's a phase.
No, until summer rolls around.
Well, remember your flip flop phase?
That wasn't a phase. That was a cry for help, and no one answered.
So when you say in the robe, like different kinds of robes?
No, I have like a velvet, like not a velvet.
It's like like terry cloth.
It's like a crushed material type robe. It's like
Wait, you have one robe?
I have one robe.
Okay.
Oh, well, you said you're into robes plural.
That's I'm like,
no, you have one robe, and you're a robe guy.
Lifestyle.
Wizard robes.
Yeah.
You know, it's a whole thing. It's like, well, that's the thing, because like when I say like I wear a robe and I'm at home, everyone's like, oh, that's weird and creepy, and is it a sex thing?
Wait, do you wear shit underneath? Do you wear stuff underneath?
Well, of course I wear stuff underneath. I have the one robe. I can't switch robes, but the thing
one
is,
robe
like,
to rule them all, Corey.
Well, so my girlfriend has like, do you guys know what the Pusheen box is?
Pusheen box.
So Pusheen, if you've been to Barnes & Noble in the past 5 years, it's the big circular oval cat.
Oh yeah.
So
That
she
cat.
gets a month. She gets like a quarterly subscription box that has like Pusheen stuff in it.
Oh, Emma
And
was
one of
talking
them
about
was a
that.
robe.
Mitsugaki stuff.
Yeah. And so she wears.
I was
this,
called pushing.
She was well.
More cushion.
So
A pushing.
so she got a
pushing
robe,
box.
and I was like, oh, that's so nice. And I'm like, I wish I had a. Well, first I was skeptical. I was like, I don't want a robe, and she was like, no, try it.
You
and
want
she
a
put
robe.
on. She made me wear her robe, and I was like, I guess I don't have to go buy a robe right now. And that's what I. And now I have a robe. I have slippers.
Wow. I mean,
It's like every
Merry
day is a
Christmas.
spa day.
I think.
I'm feeling a lot of judgment.
No judgment.
No. Not,
I'm
not
gonna take
at
a
all.
sip to wash it away.
No, God.
I feel like, Corey, I feel like if you had a robe, you would go just full, like,
Nude?
yeah,
Yeah.
all the time.
Well, I
See, then it's a sex thing.
No way.
No.
I'm naked all the time in my robe.
Yeah,
Whoa.
exactly.
Nothing about me is a sex thing.
I do not. I do not JO in my robe. I take the robe off. And put
Really?
it back on when I'm done.
Wait, J.O.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Oh!
There it is.
He says it so often that he has to abbreviate it.
It just saves time.
I come back an hour a day.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I never had to abbreviate it.
Yeah.
I
I know.
yeah.
Oh, JOMG. That's great.
Yeah.
God. He is on it.
Kim, what have you been playing?
Oh boy. Well, a little bit about me. I don't play games. No.
What do you do for the show?
No. I do. Yeah. I don't have a lot of time anymore. But I've got Spyro for Christmas from
Yeah,
JoJo because he
the-
was like, "Here, we're gonna play this game.
The
It's for
copy,
you."
the copy of Spyro we're playing is Kim's.
It's
copy.
actually my copy. I have.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Now we're going to go make content.
Yay. But so this was a game that when I was like in the 8th grade or whatever, when it came out, I was like, absolutely. I just thought it was the most amazing, like the prettiest game. But also it came out like around the same time as Cher's Believe album. And my friend's mom would play that album all the time. And I thought that that was the soundtrack of Spyro because Spyro was turned down and Cher's Believe was turned up. And so it took me like a year to find out that like, because I would hear it on the radio and I'd be like, damn, that's a really popular video game.
You guys hear that new Spyro song on the radio?
Well, because that was like Cher's Believe was like she totally reinvented herself. You know, like, she was no longer like the Sonny and Cher. It was a very, very different album, so it didn't sound like her. Anyway, so yeah, I'm playing a lot of Spyro, loving finding those dragons, and I'm glad because JoJo like was kind of being stank about it when we first started playing. He's like, so this is the whole game, like
Just jump on shit and burn shit and hit shit.
collect rings, like some kind of friggin' like 90% of the games we play is collecting rings. JoJo. So yeah, and then but he's into it, so it's cool now.
My wife doesn't. My wife, I had to. She
Yeah,
doesn't,
every time.
Sorry. She doesn't play video games at all. Like since I've known her, I've never seen her to complete a game. But same thing. Spyro came out. She heard about the remastered trilogy. She listens to the podcast to make sure I'm not making too much of a fool out of myself. And Emma sold her on it. Like she loved the game in the past, and so she was like, I rekindled something in me to want to play and beat it too. And I'm okay that she doesn't play video games. I'm okay with it.
It's a whole other side of her that you saw.
It is a whole other side of her. She gets aggressive, and this is the most serene game. I walk in and the music's dun 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 dun, and he's
It's
got
not, do you believe?
he's got a smile. Yeah. It's actually
Weird.
It's actually not Cher.
You
Sounds
should
good.
you should have her try it. It's not bad.
But she gets like these anger things in this middle of this peaceful little game.
Yeah.
And
Rage blackouts.
I'm sitting in here and I just hear out there.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
So when I was on my deathbed the other day, I was scrolling through Twitter, and I saw somebody tweet, like, I have to go to work in the morning, but I can't stop until I beat Spyro. And and then like the picture looked like your wife, and I was like, wait, what? And I clicked on it. I was like, that's weird.
She kudos to her. She 100%ed the first
Really?
part.
Wow.
Spyro 1.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I helped with one part. That was it. The whole thing was her. And
Wow.
I learned she's a selfish gamer.
Spire?
I've always been one of those gamers. She's gonna get so mad at me. She's gonna come home and I'm gonna be like, "What's wrong, baby?" But she
sit like Barry White.
When she plays video games, I sat there on the couch and I watched her play for like 3 hours, and like just content. You know, I'm on my phone, I'm watching, I'm cool. I got the Oculus, which I'll jump into my what you playing. I got the Oculus Rift. I started playing, and again, I let her play, and she played for like 45 minutes. You know, just enjoying it. And I'm watching over her shoulder. I just got this piece of shit working, so I'm excited. I said try, not just do a full sesh.
Yeah.
So she's having
fishing.
She had a full sesh.
She's like, give me the motion sickness medicine. I got. There's
Slap
boxes.
that patch on.
I'm on a boat.
I sit down for like 2 minutes after I get the headset, and she's a fucking ghost. And I was like, wait, where are you going? She's like, I'm done.
I'm done. This is it.
But you're not going to watch me? Like,
No, I have to go beat Spyro.
but the Oculus Rift, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was always a skeptic on these things. I tried Oculus at E3 like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I did a couple demos for Resident Evil, and that was it. And I was like, yeah, it's cool. But I don't know why you would have one in your house. And my mom, out of nowhere, bought me an Oculus Rift for Christmas.
That's insane.
Yeah, no fucking clue why she would do that. She did. And
super cool.
Yeah, I was like, why? Take it back. I don't want this. This is too much. Too much. But then it obligated me to fix my computer because my computer was broken. I didn't have enough USB ports, so I fixed that shit.
No, it's true. We've maxed out the USB ports on this computer.
No, I know.
Between like 5 web cameras, yeah. The Oculus needs like 2 fucking sensors, and then the headset itself needs one, and an HDMI cable. Like, this is an investment.
Yeah.
Hook the thing up. Finally, get on this. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I have no words to describe just kind of how ready I wasn't.
The
Unprepared
word
might be the
describe
word.
was like, damn.
Yeah,
Damn.
it was a damn moment. And
2-syllable damn.
they do a great job, like when you plug the thing in, giving you like a demo thing. Like I'm in a laboratory, and like a little robot comes in, looks like Wall-E, and he handing me floppy disks, and I'm plugging them into computers, and you see your fucking hands, dude.
Yeah.
In the thing, you can point at shit and wave and do.
Okay, so here's the thing though: are they the weird like floating hands where it's cut off at the wrist?
Yeah, in a lot of games.
Yeah,
I have wrists and shit, like probably like an arm.
it's like an arm. Okay,
yeah.
So I played Borderlands 2 on the PlayStation VR at Emma's actually, and it stops like at your wrist, so and it doesn't hide it, so you just have 2 hands out there floating,
Really?
like and like it's kind of like the scene in Ricky Bobby when like your hands like start like levitating. I don't know what to do with my hands, and it's weird. It's weird, dude.
Well, I'm thinking, that's like, I mean, like, that's how FPS games worked for like a super long time.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
You could only kind of see your hands, and then like you didn't exist.
Yeah, but they
Right.
didn't cut off at the wrist.
Well, I mean, you didn't get to move your hands up wherever you wanted.
That's
so it's
true.
like, I don't know why I moved my hands while saying it.
No,
but-
you got to. You got to. Yeah, I have to. I have a confession to make. I was talking about how I have the Oculus. I have the Oculus Go.
That thing's actually cool.
Oh, it's hella cool.
Fucking fake gamer girl.
I know, right? So, yeah, no, my brother got it for me, which, again, I opened the box. I was like,
Why did you do that?
why? No! Like, yeah. And so, and my husband hates everything, and he was just like, what are we gonna do? And I was like, it's like a virtual reality thing. And I left the room and I came back and suddenly I just had like a 6'2" Oculus holder. Like it was just like, and like he's like, I'm in a desert, and I was just like, it's like this is the Alexa all over again.
I did that when I had my Galaxy phone. I got the Galaxy VR, whatever it was. It's like powered by Oculus or whatever. Yeah, and like the only thing you could do is like there's like a Google Maps thing where you can go to the desert.
Yeah.
You go to like the Sistine Chapel or whatever. And then like there was like a Jurassic Park thing and like or you could sit on a couch and watch Netflix.
Yeah.
As you sit in a couch.
That's so weird.
In real
Yeah,
life.
that is weird. Yeah, I haven't
if
even
it's
started.
That or like a really nice TV, I could see like I could just get the VR and then I basically have like a nice TV.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
There's
and
a whole cabin.
Yeah, and like I used to live in an absolute shithole in Boston, and I think that if I had the Oculus, I could have standed it.
There you go.
No, but like, yeah, because I'm just like in this like Soviet block of a horror apartment, and if I could just like put on my Oculus and be anywhere, and it really like.
You've just described the plot of Ready Player One.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you,
That is true.
it'd be fine.
What games have you played on it, Corey?
Robo Recall and Job Simulator and
Have you-
fucking the Beat game.
Have you gone fishing?
I have not gone fishing. I do have Robo Recall. So when you install the little hand doodly doos, those
The floppy drives?
The touch controllers.
the touch controllers.
Oh, okay.
When you use those touch controllers, you automatically get like 3 or 4 games.
Yeah.
And
Interesting.
one of them is Robo Recall, which I have not played yet. But I jumped into some old shanty pirate shooter game.
Huh.
It's like it comes with it. It was free. I jumped in, and Oculus I didn't know was gonna like connect to my Facebook automatically.
Really?
It like scanned my eyeballs and was like, "Oh, hey Corey, by the way, all your friends have Oculus too. You want to play with them?" And so it's a super social thing. When I hopped into this first game, I get into a game and the dude's saying my name. He called me, like I hear some guy and I've never heard his voice, and all of a sudden I'm in a match with this guy.
That's sweet.
I got lucky that he wasn't like creepy or a pedophile or something like that. He ended up being really cool.
Well, you're like 30, so
Hey, I still
He's
got
gonna touch my beard.
Be a 70-year-old
Touch my
pedophile.
ninja beard.
I have boyish features. I mean, I can see how pedophiles be into me.
oh my,
What a
Yikes.
this is a strange argument.
what a humble brag.
So I get into this game. He ends up being all right. I play with this dude. He's telling me about his setup. He's got like a full wide open room, and he's like, "Hey,
You want to come over and see it?
he's-
Have candy?
he's being like." He's like discovering new things with me. So he's like, "Hey, am I in the fetal position?" And then you just see his character drop to the floor and get in the fetal position. I'm like, "Yeah, dude, you're in the fetal position. What about me?" And he's like, "Yeah, you are." So we're just two fucking idiots on the internet figuring out how to use
Meanwhile, you have
Oculus.
like these veteran players who are like fucking noobs.
Noobs, and they're in the fetal position for like days on end. They're like, ugh, newbies.
I tried VR chat, that game where it's chat rooms.
Yeah.
For like,
How's that going?
I got in there for
And you were afraid of pedophiles and you went to VR
I was
chat?
in there for 10 minutes. I left because I felt a little creeped out.
Yeah.
When I went into you can choose a world. I for some reason didn't connect that the Japan world was going to be
Oh,
filled
no.
with the weebs. Like I
Oh.
just didn't draw that connection. I was like,
Oh,
"Oh, that seems
boy.
interesting. I could do samurais
I
and
want to go to
swords and
Japan,
shit."
yeah.
I go to Japan, and it's everybody. First of all, I think everyone was speaking Japanese, but not one Japanese person.
It's just tons of 15-year-olds like practicing the Rosetta Stone.
yeah, it basically was.
That's adorable.
And they were all like birds and like little Pokemon looking figurines.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw 2 of them go off to a corner, and I don't know if money was exchanged or something, but that's when I left.
Yeah.
immediately.
Wait a minute. Is VR a sex thing?
I personally haven't JO'd on it, but
See, you're using the word.
Son of a bitch.
I still
Oh, I'm so happy.
I take it off before I JO.
I would keep it on. There's a lot to take off and put back on.
I just feel like that would be the worst thing to have somebody walk in on you doing. Because, like, they would see you
And they would see
way
the screen.
before you would see them.
Oh.
Because there's a certain amount of, like, crouching and turning that you do, like,
Oh, yeah.
immediately. That, like, that you just wouldn't get the benefit. So you would just be there.
It's like the scene in Iron Man. It's like, you've caught me doing worse things.
Wow.
Just have to, like, you just have to own it. It's like, this is who I am now.
Last thing I played was Beat Saber. And that's a good one.
Yeah, is that the one that's almost like it looked like DDR with lightsabers?
Yes.
Exactly what it is. You have 2 lightsabers, a blue one and a red one, and these boxes come flying at your face, and you got to swipe them.
Those are both things that have failed to get me laid in the past, but if I could put them together
Put them together.
into one.
Fucking gold mine.
DDR and lightsabers?
DDR and lightsabers.
Up
Hey
here.
girl, check out this lightsaber. Hold it for a second while I get an AA on Sakura. That'll be funny to the one person who gets it.
first thing I did immediately is I load the game, and I was blown away by how how popular this game is, with only like 7 or 8 songs on this thing, and only one of them had like words in it.
It was like recognizable.
It was that
KDA
song that League of Legends put out. So it was exciting. First thing I did, open up a web browser and find out how to hack this shit.
Yeah.
And first thing that popped up was a .exe. I clicked that bad boy, and all of a sudden now I have everything. Like I have every fucking song
that's cool.
that ever existed in that thing, and it's so fun. It's another one. My wife came home today. I was like, "You have to do this. You have to try it. It's so good." I'm looking forward to this VR thing. I'll keep updating people with games and stuff I check out, because it's not a topic we've explored because we just haven't had much experience with it.
No.
Yeah.
Are you gonna stream it?
I don't know. I don't even know how to begin to stream it.
Well, the way,
like I said, I hadn't JO'd and watched porn on it yet because I can't. I don't know how.
the way you would
Believe me, if I could, I would.
So
I'll give you till Saturday.
As someone who's given that a lot of thought, you don't stream the headset. You stream because there's always like an associated screen, so like someone can watch. You stream that part.
Oh.
But you keep the headset on, and you keep like a wide angle, like a big microphone, so you can like move around and shit.
Okay.
And then probably like it's the camera on you, so people.
Couldn't you do some sort of headset mic?
Yeah, but those don't sound good enough.
I think people. So you're right. When Elizabeth streams, I do see what she sees on flat on my monitor.
Yeah, so that's what they would see, and then like you just have like your camera, your webcam, with you down like in the right corner, and like with, in your headset, and they see your reaction.
There's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. I don't know what it is, because like seeing what she sees compared to when you put the thing on and what you actually see, way different experiences.
There's no way you can convey that.
You can't.
Yeah. I think you would just end up making people sick.
Yeah.
If you broadcasted what you see.
Yeah, because also
for many reasons.
You got to imagine like if the way I think about it is like if someone was in the room with me when I was doing this, like what would they want to see and what would they be able to see? And if I'm doing VR, then like they're gonna want to see me, and they're gonna want to see the screen, and they're gonna want to draw assumptions.
Yeah. And I think it has to be a game to where like there's some sort of reaction for you, like horror games.
Jump scares.
Like jump scares, so they can see you react and stuff like that. Because you're going to react a lot differently in a VR horror game than you are
do FNAF in VR and
Alien Isolation.
In
VR.
No, that would. Well, actually, Alien Isolation is actually kind of cute when you realize that you're just playing hide and seek with like a big dog.
Basically, yeah.
Once you realize that, like, this game is adorable.
It's just a big Labrador. It's a space Labrador.
So, do you guys? I like this question from chat. Big Buddy Knox says, "Do you guys and Gal think that VR is here to stay? Do you think that game companies will support it long term, or will it go away like Kinect?"
Ooh,
I don't know why Kinect failed. Honestly,
well, Kinect had a lot of negative press, and also it wasn't really doing. The Kinect was like Microsoft's answer to the Wii, and it was a stupid answer because it's like you're Microsoft. You're not gonna. You won't penetrate that market now that Nintendo has it. The Wii is for like everybody. It's family friendly. Xboxes are for like gamers, bro. Like you're not gonna. It's not gonna work that way.
I think it missed out on that big game too.
It didn't have. It didn't have that
Wii Sports
app.
Yeah, Wii Sports was that app. Actually, does Kinect even have it? Is it Beat Saber? I mean, not Kinect. What's Oculus's or Vive? What's their?
They don't really have.
I don't think they have it's the experience.
Yeah, they don't really have a thing that's like this is what you get it for right now.
Yeah.
I think because that's the other thing too is like I don't think AAA companies are going to stay away from it for like a really long time, and that's actually better because the most interesting stuff like in games right now is in VR because the only people who are making it are like really small development teams. A couple of people who have like an idea that they're gonna like pursue with whatever resources they have available, which is good because it means that like I don't need a $5,000 computer and VR in order to play this game. It's designed more for just like experiencing their game, so the gameplay has to be better.
like all the AAA titles that are VR are like older games that have been modified for VR, and the VR doesn't work with it. Like
Skyrim is
not meant for VR.
Well, even Borderlands, it was weird. Borderlands was weird. Like I'd get attacked by like one of like the creatures, and like it would like run like almost through me, but not quite through me. Like I was just standing on top of it and just like shooting it. And like it wasn't really doing damage to me.
Yeah.
Like it's weird.
Yeah, like the big example is like Resident Evil 7 is like that was a pretty big game for VR. But for I think was that on PC as well as PS4?
No, it's not on PC. Because I just found that out. That was that was on the top of my list. I was like,
well,
I really want to play Resident Evil, and you can't. You can only play it on PlayStation.
It's funny because like Resident Evil is like an exception to the rule that like AAA games sort of suck in VR because like you can't really move around very well in Resident Evil 7, but that fits in with the idea that it's a survival horror game and everything should be a little bit difficult to do because you're powerless.
And I feel like that game was like when they made that game, they went into it knowing we want to do this in VR, and so they designed it as such. And then they're like, okay, and you can also play it without VR.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of helped it too.
I think that's going to be the intro. Like that's how it's sort of going to be like what they did with 3D movies, where you can have it either way. And the difference between Kinect and VR is that Kinect was through a certain system, whereas like VR is just the definition is so much wider. Like so many people are going to do their own thing, and so it's just it's not a brand. It's going to change and evolve. And I think a lot of the time they're going to have the ultra experience that you can get in VR and then just like the standard experience, and they're going to have to find a way to make it worth it.
This is kind of like in terms of like the history of video games. Like this is like when someone finally invented them. It's like we're seeing the first things that people can come up with this way of experiencing a game. And it's like when the Atari first came out or something. It's like, oh, here's all this weird stuff that like people kind of know what they're doing, but they also don't because it's totally new ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious, and I'm watching specifically the Oculus Go this year because it's funny you mentioned that. It's good. It's like a very reasonable price, and it's all inclusive.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are saying like that the equipment's too expensive right now, and there's not enough. You need a PC and stuff, and the barrier to entry is so high right now. This is the first time $200 you don't need a PC, and it's completely wireless. You put the thing on your head, it's got its own marketplace.
Yeah, that one's
super simple. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, that one.
And it was just
the Go is like very simple in that way. They're also coming out with like the newest model of Oculus as like between the Go and the Rift. It's like one that is wireless, but it lets you play full featured games like if you had an Oculus Rift but without wires. And that one's like $350 when it comes out, and it's meant to occupy that middle ground between the Go, which is the absolute casual experience, and then the Rift, which is like the hardcore gaming experience. And now here's a mid-range.
It's like casual.
Well, not exactly a casual, like someone who's like, I want to experience VR, but it's okay if I don't have like the perfect setup. Which right now it's literally one or the other. Either you are a casual person who just wants to experience it in whatever way possible, and Oculus is what you happen to go with, or you are like hardcore into gaming and PC culture, and you have a computer with like a GTX 1080 in it already. Like that's probably why you have it, because you were like, oh, I can put this to use.
Right.
Like when those cards were coming out, I remember like I feel like one of the selling points was like VR ready, and it's like consumers don't care about that.
No.
Yeah.
This is very small
luxury.
niche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This I'm looking it up now. The Oculus Quest. It's called. It's gonna be $400. So I think this is actually more premium than the Rift, because the Rift was only $350.
Well, you got to remember that the Rift requires you to have a computer, of sufficient power.
So you're thinking like overall cost.
This new Quest doesn't have a computer.
Nope. You need some kind of box, but the requirements are far less.
Okay.
See, right now you need the Rift, and it needs to have like a bunch of USB ports, and it needs to have a sufficient video card, and it needs to have a sufficient CPU. We talk about like getting VR for the show
all the time,
and the real reason we don't is because it's like that's like a $1,500 investment.
That's
if you
true.
just want to do it to a level that's okay.
Yeah.
Like the okay level is $1,500. That's a lot.
It's a lot for okay.
I think this is the longest What You Playing segment, but I think the podcast gods are pleased as punch right now.
I'm gladdened.
So where can people absorb more of your content?
You can find us on youtube.com/Jojo Has Fun. We do 2 uploads every day. We do a best of once a month. Kim, get off my back. We do a best of once a month of the
We're
funniest.
supposed to do a best of every month.
What they're like it's like clips of all the best episodes. So if like you don't have the time to sit down and watch like a 20-30 episode series, you can watch the best ofs and you'll get like the experience of hanging out with us. And then we're on Twitter at Jojo Has Fun.
And nice. And where can the locals go see you guys? You guys have performances, any stand-up stuff?
I do a
on the
monthly
books?
stand-up showcase at Empire's Comics Vault at 1120 Fulton Ave in Arden, and this month it's on the 26th, I believe it is, the 25th. Sorry. Of the day. And we're gonna have a bunch of funny comedians on this month, and it's gonna be a good time. And it's at 8 o'clock, and it's
Yeah, and
free.
everybody should know where Empire Comics Vault is
It's
because
where
it's
comic books are, and there's
yeah.
pugs there. It's pretty great.
Oh my god, they have pugs, you guys. Yeah, I don't have any shows coming up, but you can find me on the Jojo Has Fun YouTube, and I definitely recommend watching the best of, because it's sort of like, I don't know if I'm gonna like these guys. I'm gonna invest a short amount of my life into them.
I will say that most people, when they watch the best of, within like 5 minutes, they're like, okay, you guys are fucking...
Yeah, we're charming. We're just...
I was skeptical.
Because I don't make a good first or second impression, but like third, fourth impression, I'm like...
The third clip in, you're like,
yeah,
all right, I can get over her voice.
All right, yeah, it's fine. I can't help it. But yeah, and then if you want to follow me on Twitter for... socialist reasons. My Twitter handle is the Kim Martel, KIMMARTEL. Yeah,
That's where we are.
All right. Thank you guys. So thank you guys for listening so much. We got to thank our sponsors, Oblivion, Comics Coffee, Come for the Comics, Stay for the Coffee, Mainframe.gg, which Emma's favorite sweater. She went on social media and said, this is my favorite sweater. It's a Mainframe GG sweater.
Oh, the maroon one that she got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't
comfy.
wait.
I almost bought it. Women's.
You just want to match everybody's sweaters, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, I don't buy my own clothes. I just wait to see what everybody else buys. So I'm like, I'm going to get that.
Can we have one thing?
I bought that hat while we're on the show.
Do you?
SF Shock, what is that? It doesn't matter. I already
Doesn't
have
matter.
it.
I'm buying it.
Thank you guys also to our other sponsors, Vast.gg.
Yes.
Those guys doing any big giveaways we should know about?
Off the top of my head, I don't know. We have a lot going on right now.
There
So
always
yeah,
so
so check
many-
out Twitter, VastGG, Discord, VastGG. We always post the giveaways that are going on.
Shout out to the to our VGB Discord crew. Those guys in there every damn day.
They're in it way more than we are.
I know. I just hit level 9, and I think
Oh yeah, I implemented levels.
yeah, you implemented
for a vindictive reason.
There's a level system in our Discord, and I hit level 9, and I think special cases is like level 68 or something.
I think I'm 2.
Is there a level cap?
No.
So these guys are just gonna grind it, hit the end game, prestige, all that stuff.
And then they just take it over. And then they're the new hosts of VGB.
That's what you win. It is
That's what
ready,
you win.
It's Ready Player One.
Ready Player One! Oh, snap! There's a bronze level, there's an emerald level, there's a crystal level.
Keep searching the Discord, boys. It's in there.
Jeez.
Also, I keep thinking of things like last second. To the Twitch crew, follow us on your podcast listening thing of choice. Whether it's Spotify, whether it's iTunes, the Android marketplace, we're on Audio Boom, anything you can think of where you could conceivably find a podcast, you will find the Video Game Bang. And I need you to do one special thing. Hit that subscription button. If there's a thumbs up, you can hit that too. Rate it the most amount of stars that they give you the possibility to do. That helps more people find the show. It's as good as money, folks. That's how we get more listeners. And we like to do the show. And you know, we're in it for the money. Like
to be completely honest.
yeah, to be completely honest.
I mean, we like you guys, but we like money more.
Show does not run itself.
That's what they come for. They come for honesty.
Yeah. For Jojo, Kim, David Webb, my name is Cory, saying you've just been banged.
Excellent.